Hello students, in previous class we already discussed about what is Biot-Savart's law and what are the application of Biot-Savart's law. That means how to find out the magnetic field strength due to a long straight current carrying conductor near its surrounding. Then how to calculate the magnetic field strength at the center of a circular current carrying conductor or any circular current carrying arc. Then how to find out the magnetic field strength at an axial point due to a circular current carrying conductor, and you already know the formulas for each and every case. So let us quickly revise the formula. For a long straight current carrying conductor, the magnetic field strength B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. This is the formula for magnetic field strength due to a long straight current carrying conductor like this. If this is a long straight current carrying conductor, here is a point P at a distance r, and I is the value of current flowing through it, and these two ends of the current carrying conductor makes an angle theta 1 and theta 2. Then the value of B at this point will be this much. Similarly, if this is infinite, you know the values theta 1, theta 2 will become 90, so it become 2, so B will for infinite will be mu naught I by 2 pi r. For semi-infinite, B at one end of infinite conductor will be mu naught I by 4 pi r. Here theta 1 equal to theta 2 equal to 90. If at one end theta 1 equal to 90, theta 2 equal to 0, and B along the long straight conductor along the length equal to 0, as theta 1 equal to 180, theta 2 equal to 0. Clear? This is the value for magnetic field strength due to a long straight current carrying conductor. Similarly, for a circular current carrying coil, B equal to at the center mu naught I by 2r. If this is a circular current carrying coil, this is center, this radius is r, and current flowing through this like I. So at center the magnetic field strength will be mu naught I by 2r. Similarly, for semicircle, it is mu naught I by 4 pi r. Like this, if this is a semicircle, this is the center O and radius is r, and current flowing through this I. So this is mu naught I by 4 pi r. And for any angular arc, like this, if this is a circular arc, here is the center O and it makes an angle phi at the center, and current I is flowing through it, then the value of B equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r into phi. You already know all these formulas. Clear? And finally, we discussed for a, if this is a circular current carrying coil and here is a point X, point P at a distance x from the circular current carrying coil carrying current I and an axial point, the value B will be mu naught I r square divided by 2 into r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. This is the expression for magnetic field strength at any axial point due to a circular current carrying conductor. Similarly, we already discussed a circular current carrying conductor can behave as a magnetic dipole, and the magnetic dipole moment for any current carrying conductor will be how much? I into A vector, where A equal to area vector of the current carrying coil and M equal to the dipole moment. Clear? So these are the all formulas and the concept regarding Biot-Savart's law and its application. So today we are going to discuss some numericals based upon these applications. Clear? Okay, so now do example 1. Okay, for example 1, if here is a current carrying conductor which carry current of 1 ampere along this direction, and there is a point of observation P at a distance of 2 meter from this, and these two ends of the current carrying conductor makes an angle 30 degree with this point of observation P. Then what is the value of B at point P? Clear? This is a current carrying conductor which carries current of value 1 ampere, and here is a point P which is at a distance of 2 meter from this current carrying conductor, and the two ends of the current carrying conductor makes angle 30 each with the perpendicular distance from the point of observation to the current carrying conductor. Then what is the value of B? So according to the formula we know Bp equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Here I is given 1 ampere, r distance from conductor to point P, the perpendicular distance is given 2 meter, and theta 1, this angle theta 1 is given as 30 degrees. Similarly theta 2, this angle is also given as 30 degree. So using this in equation 1, all the given data in equation 1, we will get the magnetic field strength at point P will be mu naught by 4 pi, in place of I we have to write 1, in place of r we have to write 2, all are in SI system, into sin 30 plus sin 30. So this can be written as mu naught by 4 pi into sin 30 will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, here is a 1 by 2, this half, so this will become how much? Mu naught by 4 pi into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 1. So this will become how much? Mu naught by 4 pi into 1 by 2. We know the value of mu naught by 4 pi is how much? 10 to the power minus 7 in SI system. So here the net magnetic field strength Bp will become how much? 1 by 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla. This is the required strength at this point. What is the direction? According to right hand thumb rule, if dl is along this direction tangent to this is the direction of current I, so this also with the straight line, this will be the direction of dl, and this is the position vector r. So dl cross r inward, or right hand palm rule, along thumb along dl and fingers along the position vector, the direction of palm at inward, so this is inward. Clear? So here the current carrying element, and we have to calculate the magnetic field strength at this point. So this is the expression for what? This much Tesla will be the strength of the magnetic field which is acting inward at this point of observation P. Clear? Now do another example. Example number 2. So let here is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor which is extended up to infinite, and here is a point of observation P at a distance same, let it be 2 meter, and the current I flowing through this again 2 ampere. Then find B at P. So as here the current carrying conductor is infinite, so according to the Biot-Savart's law formula, we know B equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2, as here it is infinite long straight conductor. So theta 1 equal to theta 2 equal to how much? 90. So B will become how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi r into sin 90 plus sin 90, which is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r into 2. So this can be written as mu naught I by 2 pi r. As we already mentioned the formula, this is the expression for magnetic field strength at point P, which is at a distance r from an infinite long straight current carrying conductor. So here I equal to how much? 2 ampere. R equal to how much? 2 meter. So replacing this here, we get B equal to mu naught by 2 pi into I 2 ampere divided by R 2 meter. So this will become how much? Mu naught by 2 pi, and we know the value of mu naught is how much? Mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7 divided by 2 pi, as mu naught equal to 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7, the unit of the value of mu naught in SI system. So here the B will become how much? This will cancel 2, same 1 by 2 into 10 to the minus 7 Tesla. And the direction again, right hand palm rule, inward. Clear? Next, take another example. Here is an infinite long straight current carrying conductor, and here at a distance 1 meter a point of observation P is present and current I is flowing through it. I equal to, let it be again, 2 ampere. So now find B at P. So as this is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor and the point P is close to one end. So for this theta 1, this end makes angle with this one will be how much? 90 degree. And theta 2, as this end is close to this point of observation P and the perpendicular distance is 1 meter, so theta 2 will become how much? 0 degree. So the value of BP will be how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi r sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. This can be written as mu naught I by 4 pi r into sin 90 plus sin 0. So this will become mu naught I by 4 pi r, sin 90 will be 1 plus 0. So this implies BP equal to how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi r. So here this is the expression for BP. So here I equal to 2 ampere, R equal to 1 meter, and we know mu naught by 4 pi value is equal to 10 to the minus 7 in SI. So the magnetic field strength at P will be 10 to the power minus 7 in place of I 2 divided by in place of R 1. So this implies magnetic field strength P will be 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla. And again the direction will be according to right hand palm rule, inward. Clear? If same thing, here is a current carrying conductor carrying current I equal to 1 ampere, which is infinite, and from this end at a distance 2 meter, here is a point of observation P. Then what will be the value of magnetic field strength at P? As this point is along the length of this current carrying conductor. So this end makes an angle 0 degree with this point of observation, and this end makes an angle 180 degree with this point of observation. So here B at P will be 0, as theta 1 equal to 180 degree and theta 2 equal to 0 degree. So sin 180 and sin 0 both are 0. That's why B at P will be 0. Clear? Now let us take another example 4. If here is a long straight current carrying conductor which carry current I equal to 2 ampere, and length of this current carrying conductor is, let this be x and y, and its length will be 10 meter. Length of this current carrying conductor is 10 meter, and here is a point of observation P which is at the distance 0.1 centimeter. Okay, here is a long straight current carrying conductor of length 10 meter, and here is a point of observation P which is at a perpendicular distance from this current carrying conductor of 0.1 centimeter. Find B at P. Okay, so as we know, for a long straight current carrying conductor, mu naught by 4 pi r sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 will be the value of magnetic field at P. Clear? But at this particular case, the distance of this point of observation from this long straight current carrying conductor, okay, this point, this is the point of observation of this for this long straight current carrying conductor, and this point of observation P is at a distance 0.1 centimeter. That means 0.1 centimeter, as we know, 100 centimeter equal to 1 meter. So 1 centimeter equal to 1 by 100 meter, that means 0.01 meter. So 0.1 centimeter equal to 0.001 meter. Clear? And this is the value of R, which is equal to 0.001 meter, and the length of this long straight current carrying conductor is, length of the conductor is 10 meter. So in comparison to the length of the current carrying conductor, the distance R is very negligible. Clear? In comparison to this one is very negligible, nearly about 10,000 part of this. So this point of observation will relatively very negligible in comparison to this length. So for this length, the length of this conductor can be considered as an infinite long straight conductor, as in comparison to the length of this current carrying conductor, the distance of the point of observation is very less. So for this point of observation, this long straight current carrying conductor can behave as a what? Infinite long straight current carrying conductor. So for this, the magnetic field strength at point P will be known as R is very less than L. So the current carrying conductor acts as an infinite long straight conductor. Clear? Because 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So 10 meter will be 1000 centimeter, and this is 0.1 centimeter, 10,000 times bigger than this distance. So it will act as a long, infinite long straight conductor. So for an infinite long straight conductor, we know what is the expression for magnetic field strength, B equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. So this implies for this particular expression, so magnetic field strength at point P will be mu naught into I. What is the value of I? 2 ampere divided by 2 pi into what is the value of r? 0.1 centimeter. In meter it will be 0.001. So as we know, the value of mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7 into 2 divided by 2 pi into 0.001. This implies the magnetic field strength at P will be 4 into 10 to the minus 7 divided by 0.001, or this implies it can be written as 4 into 10 to the minus 7 divided by 1 into 10 to the minus 3. This can be 4 into 10 to the minus 4 Tesla. Clear? As this can be written as 1 by 1000. So 1 into 10 to the minus 3. This 10 to the minus 3 when goes up, it will become plus 3. So it will become 4 into 10 to the minus 4 Tesla, and its direction will be again into the plane right hand palm rule. Clear? So infinite long straight conductor is a relative term. If the point of observation is very close in comparison to the length of the long straight conductor, then also this long straight current carrying conductor can behave as an infinite long straight current carrying conductor. Clear? Now let's take another example. If here is a long straight current carrying conductor which carry current I equal to 2 ampere, and the point of observation is at this point P. Okay, here the point of observation and here is the long straight current carrying conductor. The distance of this point P from this end is 2 meter. Clear? And it makes an angle to the horizontal 30 degree. This angle, let this is be 2 meter and this angle be 30 degree, and the other end of this long straight current carrying conductor okay makes an angle 30 degree with this line. Then what is the magnetic field strength due to this current carrying conductor at the point of observation P? So here in this case, as we already considered, for a long straight current carrying conductor, what is value of B at P? So as we already discussed earlier, for a long straight current carrying conductor, if this is a long straight current carrying conductor, this is the point of observation P, okay, and this is the perpendicular distance which is denoted by R from this long straight current carrying conductor which carry current I, and these two ends of this long straight current carrying conductor makes angle. This one is taken as theta 1 and this one is taken as theta 2. Then the formula is B equal to how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi R sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Clear? Okay, this is the expression for magnetic field strength at this point of observation P, where R is the perpendicular distance from this long straight current carrying conductor, and theta 1 and theta 2 are the angle made by the two ends of this long straight current carrying conductor with respect to this perpendicular distance. But in this case, This is a long straight current carrying conductor, but one end is at a distance of 2 meters from the point of observation, which makes an angle 30 with the horizontal, and the other end of the long straight conductor makes an angle 30 with this line. Then what will be the value of magnetic field strength at this point P? So just look at this case. Here theta1 is the angle made by this end with respect to the perpendicular distance of the point of observation from this long straight current carrying conductor, and this theta1 is measured in clockwise sense. Similarly, this end makes an angle theta2 with this perpendicular distance from this point of observation to the long straight current carrying conductor, which makes an angle theta2 in anti-clockwise sense. That means the angle theta1 and theta2 both are measured with respect to the perpendicular distance from the long straight conductor to the point of observation, and both are in opposite sense. If this one is measured in clockwise sense, this one measured in anti-clockwise sense, and r is the perpendicular distance. So in this case, if this r is the perpendicular distance in this formula, so for this case this is the distance 2 meter from this end, but the long straight current carrying conductor will be like this along this line. So what will be the value of perpendicular distance of this point of observation from this long straight current carrying conductor? This will be the value of perpendicular distance r from this long straight current carrying conductor. What is the value of r? If this length is 2 meter and this angle is 30 degree, so value of r will be how much? 2 cos 30. This is the component. This angle is theta, so this length will become how much? 2 cos 30. So this will be 2 cos 30 will be root 3 by 2. This implies the perpendicular distance r will be root 3 meter. Clear? Similarly, this end makes an angle 30 with respect to this line. This is not the perpendicular distance. The perpendicular distance is this one. So this end will now make an angle in clockwise sense with respect to the perpendicular distance. So in clockwise sense with respect to the perpendicular distance will be this much, because theta1 be the angle which measured with respect to the perpendicular distance in clockwise sense. So this is the clockwise sense, and this line is not the perpendicular distance. This line is the perpendicular distance. So this will be the total. This total angle will be the value of what? Theta1. So for this case, what is the value of theta1? This much angle is 30. This small angle is 30. So theta will become 60 degree. Clear? Similarly, what is the value of theta2? Theta2 is the value of the angle made by the other end with respect to the perpendicular distance in anti-clockwise sense. That means here is the other end, and this is the perpendicular distance of point of observation. Okay, but this end makes an angle 30 in which direction? Clockwise sense. That means opposite to this sense, like this, but it is taken in anti-clockwise. So we have to measure this point makes an angle in anti-clockwise. That means if this much angle makes an angle 30 degree, then in opposite direction, that means this much angle will be how much? The angle made by this in anti-clockwise sense, or we can take it as theta2 equal to minus 30 degree, because it is in anti-clockwise sense, but here this angle is in clockwise sense, or theta2 equal to 330 degree in anti-clockwise sense. Clear? So we get the value of theta2, theta1 and r for this point of observation. Now we can replace all these values at this point. So now what will become here? B will be mu naught. In place of I we can write 2 ampere divided by 4 pi. In place of r we can write root 3 into sine theta1 will be sine 60 root 3 by 2 plus sine theta2, that can be minus 30 or 330. So if we play minus 30, sine of minus 30 will be minus sine 30. So this implies B at P will become how much? 2 by root 3 mu naught by 4 pi is 10 to the minus 7 into root 3 minus 1 by 2 this implies B at P will be how much? This 2 get cancelled, root 3 minus 1 by root 3 into 10 to the minus 7 Tesla, and the direction will be again thumb along the dl vector, arm fingers along the position vector, and palm along the magnetic field strength. It will be inward. Clear? So if the point of observation is at certain point or any arbitrary point which is not any perpendicular distance from this current carrying conductor, then we can calculate the magnetic field strength by using this concept, where you have to remember theta 1 is the angle made by one end in clockwise sense, theta 2 is the angle made by another end in anti-clockwise sense. You have to remember the sense. If the sense is opposite, accordingly the sign will be changed, and r is the value of perpendicular distance from this long straight current carrying conductor to the point of observation. Clear? Understood? So now let us do another example. Here is a circular current carrying coil. Okay, O be the center and its radius will be 2 meter, and it carries an current I equal to 1 ampere. Find B at O. It is the magnetic field strength at O. So as we know, if it is a circular current carrying coil, so the magnetic field strength at the center will be how much? B at O equal to, according to the formula, it will be mu naught I by 2R. What is R? R is the radius of the circular current carrying coil, and I is the amount of current flowing through it. So here I equal to how much? 1 ampere, and R equal to how much? 2 meter. So we can calculate B naught equal to mu naught I1 divided by 2 into 2. So this will become mu naught by 4. This implies B equal to, we know the value of mu naught equal to 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7 by 4. So this implies B will become how much? Pi into 10 to the minus 7 Tesla, or the value of pi is 3.14 into 10 to the minus 7 Tesla. So this is the expression for magnetic field strength at the center of this current carrying circular coil, and its direction will be according to right hand thumb rule. If this current is flowing like this in anti-clockwise sense, so curl like this, thumb will be outward. Or if here is the current carrying element dl, this is the direction tangent dl, thumb is along this direction, position vector along is the finger, so palm is outward, so the magnetic field strength will be outward. It will be outward. Clear? Okay, so next, next question. Here it is a semicircular arc of radius 1 meter and current I equal to 1 ampere is flowing this in clockwise sense. Find, this is the center O, find B at O. Okay, so as this is a semicircular arc, we know the formula for magnetic field strength at the center. So B at O will be how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi R. Clear? This is a semicircular arc. So for semicircular arc, the magnetic field strength at the center will be mu naught I by 4R. So this can be written as B naught equal to mu naught. In place of I, we can write 1 ampere divided by 4. In place of R, we can write 1 meter. So this will be B naught will be mu naught by 4. This implies 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7 by 4. Again it will be 3.14 into 10 to the minus 7 Tesla. And again the direction, right hand thumb rule, it will be inward. Clear? Next, if here is an arc which makes an angle 60 degree with this point O and current I equal to 2 ampere flowing through this in clockwise sense, and the radius will be 1 meter. Radius is 1 meter. So find the net magnetic field strength at point O. So as this is a circular arc which makes an angle 60 degree, so we know the magnetic field strength B naught due to any circular arc at the center will be how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi r into phi. This is the angle made by the circular arc at the center, and this is the radius of the circular arc, and this is the value of current flowing through the circular arc. So for this case, this implies B naught equal to mu naught. What is the value of I here? I equal to 2 ampere, phi equal to 60 degree, and r equal to 1 meter for this given case. So mu naught in place of I we can write 2 divided by 4 pi, in place of r we can write 1, in phi we can write 60 or 60 degree. This can be written as pi by 3 in radian. So let it be written as pi by 3 radian. So this will be mu naught into 2 pi by this 3 will be 12 pi. Clear? So pi cancel, this will be 6. So this implies B naught equal, what is the value of mu naught? 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7 divided by 6. Okay, so pi by 3, 4 pi Tesla. This is the expression for what? Magnetic field strength at point one direction. This is clockwise, so thumb crawl like this inward. Okay, clear? Then B naught equal to mu I 4 pi r into phi. Here I equal to 2 ampere, phi equal to 60 degree, or pi by 3, 4 pi into r equal to 1. So this will become 2 pi by 4, 3 will be 12, pi 1 will be 1. So cancelling this, it will become 6, pi will cancel. So mu naught value will be how much? 4 pi into 10 to the minus 7 by 6 Tesla. Clear? Understood? So now let's do another example. The combination of straight like this. If this is a current carrying straight wire, this is a semicircular arc, and this is another current carrying wire. Okay, here I will flow like this. The radius of this arc is r. So what is the value of B at O? Okay, as this is a infinite, let this is a infinite. So if this is a infinite or long straight current carrying conductor and the point of oscillation O is along its length, so let the magnetic field strength due to this part B1, due to this part it will be B2, due to this part it will be B3. So B1 will be how much? As this point of observation is, this distance is also r, as this is the radius and this distance is also r, as the point of observation is at a distance r from one end but along its length, then the magnetic field strength at this point O due to this long straight conductor will be how much? 0. Let it be equation 1. Similarly, B3 is also 0, equation 2. What will the value of B2? as this is a semicircular arc of radius r, the value of B2 will be mu naught I divided by 4r. Clear? And the direction here, B1 is 0, B3 is 0, B2 will be, this is in clockwise, so inward. Okay, so the net B net at O, due to this complete circular current, due to this complete current carrying loop or coil, will be how much? Mu naught I by 4r. Direction is into the plane or inward. Clear? Next, if here is a semicircular loop, okay, radius, here is the point of observation O, and this radius is R1 and this radius is R2. Clear? And current is flowing like this. I find B at O. That is the value of magnetic field strength at O. As the point of observation O is at the center of two semicircular arc, one of radius R1, another of radius R2. In this loop, the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. That means the direction for this loop, small loop of radius R1, will be outward. But in case of this larger semicircular arc of radius R2, the current is moving in clockwise direction, so the magnetic field strength at O will be inward. So first of all, for the small semicircular loop, the strength we have to find out at O, that will be B1. What is the value of B1? And this is a semicircular arc carrying current I and radius R1, so B1 will be mu naught I by 4 pi R1. This is semicircular arc, 4R1. This is semicircular arc. Clear? If this is semicircular arc, direction clockwise, anti-clockwise, so it will be outward. Clear? Similarly, B2 will be mu naught I by semicircular arc, radius of R2 will be how much? 4 R2, and the direction of current flowing through this is clockwise, so direction will be inward. So as these two magnetic fields are opposite in direction, so B net at O will be how much? These two are vector quantities, so these are opposite in direction, so B net will be maximum minus minimum. As R1 is less than R2, so this term B1 will be greater than B2, so B net will be B1 minus B2, as R1 is less than R2. As the radius R1 is less than R2, so the value of B1 will be more than B2. So as B1 is outward, B2 is inward, so B net at O will be B1 minus B2, and it's so it will be mu naught I by 4 R1 minus mu naught I by 4 R2, and the direction will be as that of B1, outward. So it will become how much? This implies B net at O equal to mu naught I by 4 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This is the expression, and the value will be, and the unit will be in Tesla. Clear? Okay. Now let's do another example. This is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor present like this. It's bent here and it goes like this. This is infinite long straight current carrying conductor which carries current I. in this direction, and this angle, its bend is alpha, and here is the point of observation to the angle bisector at this point P, which is at a distance of D from this bending portion O. This distance is D, and this is the angle bisector. So now find B at P. Okay, so this is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor which bend like this as shown in figure, and this angle will be alpha, and the point of observation P is on the angle bisector at a distance D from this point O. So what is the magnetic field strength at point P? So as here we know, for a long straight current carrying conductor, what is the value of B? B equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So here r is the perpendicular distance from point of observation. Theta 1, theta 2 are the two angles made by the two ends of the current carrying conductor with the point of observation and the perpendicular distance. So here is the point of observation. So as this is the angle bisector, so this much angle will be how much? Alpha by 2, and similarly this angle is also alpha by 2, and the current will move like this. So at this point P, the magnetic field due to this current carrying conductor will be inward, and due to this current carrying conductor also will be inward. So if you calculate the magnetic field due to one portion, similar the value will be for the other portion. That means the magnetic field strength will be 2 times of the magnetic field strength due to one segment. So if we calculate the magnetic field strength at point P due to this segment and multiplied it with 2, then the net magnetic field strength at point P will be obtained due to this complete current carrying conductor. Okay, so as this angle is alpha by 2 and this distance is D, so this is the perpendicular distance from point of observation to the long straight current carrying conductor, and this is 90 degree. So if this angle is alpha by 2 and this distance is D, so this length will become how much? D sin alpha by 2. Clear? This length will become how much? D sin alpha by 2. As this is the hypotenuse D, this angle will be alpha by 2 because this line OP bisects this angle alpha. So this will be alpha by 2, this will be alpha by 2. So this length is D, so it will become D sin alpha by 2. And the angle made by this end with this point P and the perpendicular distance will be this one. So value of this angle will be how much? 90 minus this angle is alpha by 2, alpha by 2. Clear? And the other end, this one, it's extend up to infinite, so this angle will become how much? 90. So for this case, for here theta 1 will be taken as 90 minus alpha by 2, and theta 2 will be taken as 90 as this end ends up to infinite. Similar, this case will be same as that of this one. And R will be how much? The perpendicular distance. This is D. This will be D sin alpha by 2. D sin alpha by 2. Clear? So I is given as the current flowing through it. So the B at P will be how much? Due to this segment only, mu naught I by 4 pi. In place of R we can write D sin alpha by 2 into sin theta 1, it's sin 90 minus alpha by 2 plus sin theta 2 will be sin 90. So this will become B at P. This will be due to one segment. We need both segments. So multiply this with 2. So BP will be 2 into mu naught I divided by 4 pi D sin alpha by 2 into sin 90 minus theta will be cos alpha by 2 plus sin 90 will be 1 So B at P will be 2 into mu naught I into cos alpha by 2 plus 1 divided by 4 pi d sin alpha by 2. This is the expression for net magnetic field strength at point P, and the direction will be same as that of inward. Clear? Understand? This is alpha by 2, so this angle will be 90 minus alpha by 2. Sin 90 minus alpha by 2 is cos alpha by 2, and this angle will be 90, so it will be sin 90 will be 1, and the perpendicular distance is d sin alpha by 2. So here d sin alpha by 2, mu naught I by 4 pi is taken common. Clear? Let another example. If here is a flat, infinite, long, straight current carrying conductor, it is extended up to infinite, and along this direction current I is flowing through it, and the width of this flat current carrying conductor, which is extended up to infinite, is A, and from this end at a distance L there is a point of observation P. We have to find the magnetic field strength at this point P. So as I is flowing through a flat current carrying conductor of distance A, so the point of observation will be at a different distance, and we can divide this current carrying conductor into small thin current carrying infinite long straight conductors like this. So let us assume, if at point P we have to calculate, so let us assume a thin long straight current carrying conductor of thickness dx. This is a thin long straight current carrying conductor which is extended up to infinite of thickness, this thickness is dx. Okay, and its distance from point of observation P is x. Clear? So what will be the value of the current is flowing uniformly? So what will the value of magnetic field strength at point P due to this small current infinite long straight segment B at P, that will be dB at P, due to the small segment will be mu naught. What is the value of I? As I is flowing through the complete length A, so per unit length I will be I by A, and for dx length it will be I by A into dx. Clear? Complete current I is flowing across a length of A, so for unit length the I flowing through it will be I by A, and for dx length it will be I by A into dx. So this will be the value of di, that is flowing through this small segment, divided by 4 pi. In place of perpendicular distance it will become how much? X. Clear? And as this is a infinite long straight conductor, so sin theta 1 will be 90 plus sin theta 2 is also 90. As theta 1 equal to theta 2 equal to 90 for infinite long straight conductor, so this will become mu naught I dx divided by 4 pi ax into 2, which is equal to dB at P. So this will be mu naught I dx divided by 2 pi ax. 2 will get cancelled. This is the magnetic field strength at P due to the small infinite segment dx. For complete current carrying conductor we have to integrate from this, dx will vary from this length is L, this length is A, so the limit will be from varies x will be from L to L plus A. So for complete current carrying conductor dB, integration from 0 to B will be mu naught I dx divided by 2 pi ax, integration varies from A, varies from L to L plus A, as this is L and this end will be L plus A. So this implies B at P equal to mu naught I 2 pi A constant, mu naught I divided by 2 pi A is constant, integration of dx by x from L to L plus A. So this will become how much? This implies B net at P will be mu naught I by 2 pi A into 1 by x dx, integration will be ln x from L to L plus A. So this implies B at P will become mu naught I divided by 2 pi A into L plus A by L. Clear? Ln L plus A by L, because ln upper limit minus lower limit, so log L plus A minus log L will be log L plus A by L. So this is the expression for net magnetic field strength at point P, and its direction will be, if current is flowing like this, direction will be inward. Clear? Ln L plus A by L. Okay. Now another interesting problem is there, and it's important. And there is a spiral circular coil which is like this. Okay. And current I is flowing through it, and the inner radius from this center O is A, and the outer radius is B, and total number of turns is N. Let it be capital N. Okay. So now we have to find out the net magnetic field strength B at O. Okay. Here is a spiral current carrying coil whose inner radius is A and outer radius is B, and the total number of turns is N. We have to calculate the net magnetic field strength at point or center O. So here we have to assume what, as this is current is varying, so the total number of coils is present from this to this, and this length is how much? B minus A. So N number of turns are in B minus A length. So we have to assume the magnetic field strength due to a small circular coil which is at a distance x of width dx. Let this is be the portion. We have to find out the magnetic field strength at its cell. Okay. This width will be dx and its distance from center is x. Okay. As total number of turn is N in B minus A distance or length. So number of turns per unit length will be how much? In B minus A length there are N number of turns. So per unit length the number of turns will be small n equal to N divided by B minus A. Clear? And we are considering a circular coil of thickness dx which is at a distance x from point O. So the magnetic field strength due to this circular coil at point O, let it be dB, will be how much? Mu naught di or mu naught I, current is flowing in some, so mu naught I divided by 2 into x. X is what? Radius of this infinitesimally small current carrying coil of thickness dx. I is the current flowing through it, so mu naught I into 2x. And what is the number of turns in this length dx? This is due to one coil, but the total number of turns in dx length will be, this is the number of turns present in per unit length. So in dx length, what is the number of turns? N into dx. Clear? As dx is the width of this infinitesimally circular coil which is at a distance x from this center O, and due to this circular coil the magnetic field strength at the center O will be how much? Mu naught I by 2x due to one number of turns. But in dx length there are how many number of turns? Number of turns per unit length into width dx, it will be n dx. So this can be written as mu naught I by 2x. In place of n we can write n divided by b minus a into dx. So this is the expression for magnetic field strength due to this small circular current carrying coil. Now we have to calculate due to this complete system. So by integrating this dB, integrating 0 to b, we will get mu naught In divided by 2 into b minus a 1 by x dx. Integration x varies from a to b. So this can be written as, this complete term is constant. So b net equal to mu naught In divided by 2 into b minus a integration a to b dx by x. What is dx by x? It will be ln x. So b net will become how much? Mu naught Ni divided by 2 into b minus a into ln x, limit from a to b. So this will become mu naught Ni divided by 2 into b minus a into ln b minus a. Clear? This is the expression for b net, because ln b minus a means ln b minus ln a, that will be ln b by a. Sorry, it is ln b by a. Clear? B ln b minus ln a, it will be ln b by a. So this is the expression for magnetic field strength at the center, and the direction will be, as the current is in clockwise direction, it will be net inward. Okay, so these are some examples based upon Biot-Savart's law and its application to how to calculate magnetic field strength due to circular coil or circular current carrying coil or a long state current carrying conductor. Okay, next class we will discuss further. Thank you.